EcoStreets is a movement which is bound to grow. It is a movement which is started by like-minded people for the benefit of the citizens who are spaced out today in the city. And if you see from the times we grew up, we had so many open ground spaces available for children to play. We played out on the streets, bare feet on the streets. It was safer, there were no issues out there. Today there are no places left. All the places have been encroached or built upon. I mean, we are building buildings to what end? How many people are going to occupy it? What happens to the growth of children, the mental growth of children? And this is an initiative taken so that people can come out of the streets, get their opportunity to share time with their family, friends, and make the most of their city. And it is obviously bound to grow because from the responses we've seen coming, I think we have almost 6-7 more organizations who are lined up to use the brand EcoStreets and follow the formats in keeping with the guidelines of the police, the municipal corporation, and the local residents, so that there's no unwanted disturbance, there's no noise generated by loudspeakers, and so it is basically a healthy Sunday morning rather than lazing it out. People, I think, have started going to bed early because the children want to be in EcoStreets. They have stopped going out for late night parties. So all in all, it's a good movement which has started. It will evolve by itself basically. Let's see. Bombay itself has so much space and so many different areas where EcoStreets cannot be a continuous loop. So it will be held in pockets, in different pockets which are like-minded people who want EcoStreets to happen, who want their space. In Bombay itself, in this year itself, we'll see about 2 or 3 more chapters starting up. South Mumbai, Central Mumbai, and North Central Mumbai. They're all in the loop, ready to start. Navi Mumbai already has EcoStreets kind of stuff happening, though not on such a popular level because it's a little way out. It's not at the heart of the city. The unique point about Batra EcoStreets is why it's so popular is because it's accessible to people from all parts of town, whether it be South Bombay, whether it be North Bombay, Central Bombay, and the suburbs. Bandra itself has a very large cache of population, so that itself, and they are very health conscious people, they are very active people. So that's why we need, and we'll see these chapters happening next year, of course. I mean, this chapter of EcoStreets goes on till the 31st of May. Stop for the monsoons, we restarted again. We have a permission of a window of 3 years, back to back. So I think in that time, a lot of people will get inspired to do it. In the first 2 Sundays that we did, the motorists and the other users of the streets weren't so aware that this would be a regular feature. By the 4th Sunday, everything has fallen into place. 3rd Sunday, people got aware, yes, this is going to continue, and it's not a one-off case. So they have, attuned themselves to the fact that this street is going to be blocked, and for this period, so they have shifted their movements, timings accordingly. So right now, if you see, there's hardly any block, except because of the curiosity generated with the activities happening on the street itself. There's a lot of curiosity which is happening. So when passing motorists slow down to see something different, something unprecedented here in the city, everybody is in a rush to go. But today they can turn around and see, oh, this is happening. This kind of stuff people are capable of doing. So that's why. But more or less everything has settled down, and it's a smooth flow of traffic. See, safety is prime. There is no compromises on that. You can't compromise something. You can't get hurt, or you can't get damaged, or you can't get laid down because you don't follow safety. If you think you take it for granted, it's a mistake. Coming vis-a-vis motorists, cyclists, and the jogger or the walker, they complement each other. Each is responsible in case of creating a situation, a potential situation which could be damaging to the other. If a cyclist doesn't follow rules, he swings right in the path of oncoming car. the oncoming car can swerve dangerously or will have to brake, losing control, can have an accident or a unforeseen incident. So these things are very difficult to predict. Basically, cycling per se is a safe sport if followed and done properly. If you feel that you can just get onto the saddle and cycle, not follow the rules, not follow the signs, not respect the laws, you are bound to get into trouble. It's like if you leave your hands and you're cycling at a good pace and then you have this pothole in front of you, or if you have a bad patch, you tend to lose balance. I mean, that's the law of nature. I mean, you can't avoid it. You can't say that, oh, mere naseeb mein likha hai and I'll be safe. Today's horoscope tells me you can do anything. I mean, that's foolish. Safety you can't compromise on. It has to be followed. We are promoting safety. We have had sessions. We talk to our children and we tell them that we also try to do that, but we are a little lax about it. We need to change our attitude and our mindset. We need to take this seriously and enjoy the sport rather than end up with a mishap and a damaged cycle or a damaged person. It's no good for anybody. Every cyclist who gets onto the street is a mature adult person, educated, understanding. Whether he's understanding or whether he's adult or educated or not, basic survival itself tells you, take care of yourself. You wouldn't like to go and see a sharp object and then put your foot on it. You're bound to hurt yourself. So it's same as following the laws. If you deliberately do something, you're asking for trouble. So I can only tell you as much. I cannot hold your hand. You have to use your common sense in giving your hand signals or using the basic norms to indicate where you're going, which direction you're heading in. Besides that, the traffic lights have to be followed. If you're standing at an intersection, if the traffic light is red, you better stand, because you don't know from where the oncoming traffic or an unforeseen vehicle might just pop out and you might get hurt. So these are basic logical or common sense stuff that you have to follow. If you don't follow it, you're asking for trouble. So I feel that yes, everybody has their own responsibility and the responsibility of the other users of the road. So we can't compromise on that. We can't say, oh, chalta hai, the Indian jugaad system. So I hope, keep our fingers crossed and everybody rides safe.